Good morning. I am Deb Keyes with Stampin' on the Hill, and I just wanted to talk a little bit today. It's still July about Christmas. It's been kind of hot here, so I thinking of Christmas kind of maybe mentally at least cools you down a bit. Um, I have recently had a couple of different conversations with some of my customers and about I the Christmas card club that I have run for lots and lots of years. I don't even remember how many. It's been so long. Over 10 probably years. I've been running a Christmas card club. So if you've never heard of that, hopefully this will pique your interest and you will sit up and take a couple of notes. Um, I especially wanted to do this because um, I feel like maybe it sounds more daunting than it actually is. But imagine how you feel when you get a Christmas card in the mail, and especially when it's a homemade Christmas card, it feels even that much more special, right? So, building on that, I did a long time ago, created what is called a Christmas card club. And all the club really does is kind of give you the structure to make sure that you are making your Christmas cards in a timely enough manner to get them in the mail. Um, I usually try to make sure that our last session is that very first week in December. So then you're ready, and all you really have to do is address the envelopes, maybe write in them if that's what you like to do. Some people like to put those, like a form letter or something in there. So you could have that done ahead of time too, if that's what you choose to do, or you can throw pictures in there. Anyway, by the time that first week of December rolls around, your Christmas cards should be made and ready to go in the envelopes to the post office. Um, so that's the goal. I don't charge for any of the services that I provide for this. And what you get if you choose to come is being able to use the tools that I have on hand. I've got a couple of Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. So if you choose a stamp set that has dies or whatever, you're welcome to use my machine to run those through. The way that I actually get paid for any of this is by your buying the supplies from me that you're going to need. And I don't mean you have to spend hundreds of dollars on making a Christmas card this year for however many people you're going to send it to. Um, I mean, um, if you order the paper and maybe a new color of ink or something like that, then I make a nominal commission off of those orders. So that is my payment. And so everything else is free. So you can do these as easily as you like, or you can make it complex. And I try to tell everybody, some of these really cool designs that they see in books and online or whatever, I try to simplify it for them when you come to the planning session, which would be the first. There are 4 sessions usually. Um, and the first session is planning out what your card is going to be. So I encourage you to bring samples that you've seen. Um, and then we can simplify them. We can adapt them to what we have on hand as far as a stamp set that you may already own, and the dies from maybe 2 or 3 years ago that you used. We can recycle some of that stuff. So you don't have to purchase all kinds of new things. I have some notes I'm trying to look at. But so realistically, we're talking like a 2-hour session. And I like to get going in September because I don't want to take up too much of your time. So I try to do them just once a month, but 4 times. So September, October, November, and then December. And they're all right about the beginning of the month. I have normally done these at the time frame of like 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. I have a Google sheet that I was asking for input, and I'm going to share that. I'm going to put it in here right now before I forget. the link to the Google Sheet because I'm looking for input. If you are somebody who doesn't like to drive at night, for instance, and then, as the winter months come, it gets dark earlier. So I want to have some options available. If everybody wants to come at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, then let's do it then instead. I already have several ladies who do want to come to a 6 o'clock, so I've already gathered some intel. But I'm really looking for more intel. And if you're not interested in coming, then that's okay too. But if you are interested, I would encourage you to please fill out this Google form. I think there are only like 4 or 5 questions on there, and then a place at the bottom that you could put some other kind of notes. One of the notes that I did already get back, because I watched this, I don't remember, a couple of days ago, I kind of looked to see what kind of feedback I was getting. And one of them was somebody suggested that we do some sort of a virtual, let me back up. When we're designing our cards, I usually encourage people to, when we come to my house for this, and I'm trying to figure out a way to do this virtually as well. But when you come to my house for this, we usually do like a stamp share. So I encourage everyone who's coming to bring whatever kind of holiday stamps they have that they're willing to lend out. So if it's a stamp that you're planning to use this year, then that's not one that you're going to be able to lend. But if you have ones from previous years or something like that, then bring those if you're willing to lend them, and the dies, if there are dies or punches that go with it, and bring all that stuff that you're willing to lend, because somebody on the other side of the table might say, oh, I've never used that before. Can I borrow yours this year? And you may even find somebody that has one that you want to use this year. So anyway, the suggestion that I got was to maybe do a virtual, and I can do like a short kind of a Zoom meeting prior to the first planning session, where everybody can sit in their own homes and like pull out all their stuff and kind of share. I have this and I have this, and I'm willing to lend these things if anybody wants to borrow them. And we can kind of have like a, I don't know, just kind of a group discussion about who's going to use what stamp sets and what everybody has to lend. So that was a suggestion. I'm not positive that we're going to do any of these suggestions yet. I still am waiting for all of the feedback before I make some choices. I'm trying to lean in toward, and maybe if there's enough people, I will end up having 2 separate sessions, like an afternoon session and an evening session, kind of like I do with my regular monthly card classes. But if there's not that great of an interest, I'll probably pick the one that meets the most needs. So I also, as far as virtual goes, we can jump on a virtual call like this. We can go through, how have I done this before? We can do a Zoom meeting. We can do a messenger video, and we can do it that way. But we can do a virtual one-on-one if you don't live close enough to come, or even if you can't make the very first planning session, we can still do that one-on-one. And then the rest of the things, then virtually, if you live too far away, we'll have to work on, good morning, we'll have to work on like what that looks like as far as trying to use my tools. I'm not sure that that's going to be possible. So bear with me just a little bit while we're tweaking the virtual reality of making this happen for those of you who are not close enough to come. But please, if you fill out that Google Sheet for me, I'm up for whatever suggestions you have. So pop that in that notes section at the bottom, and I will definitely read through them all. I wanted to share too that there are right now some options. So as far as like simple, easy options, if you've never even made a card before, Stampin' Up! Has some great card kits that are available. I want to just show them to you a second. Let me swap my screen down here. And there's only 2 available right now. So I think you can see this one. This is one that we had last year, and it sold out so quickly that they reordered enough that now that it's back again. So this one was really cute. I ordered several of these. A customer of mine ordered these last year and sent those out as her Christmas cards. There's 2 different in this particular scenario. There are 2 different card ideas, and then you get 4 of each. So there's 8 cards in this card kit. You can order multiples if you like. So that's one idea, and very, very simple. And then this one is called Calm and Bright. And this one, I think, looks like it has 9 cards in it. And this one has ink and stuff with it too. The one prior is only put together. You don't have any stamping or anything to do. Super, super simple. This one has a little bit of stamping with it. And so that's another option. I also wanted to point out that, well, there'll be more kits coming soon. Usually, so we get new kits, 2 new kits at the beginning of each month. So in August, who knows what the kit will be in August, or the 2 kits will be in August. But I have half a feeling that at least one of them needs to be holiday related. But then in September, we have 2 new publications coming out because there'll be a new online exclusive, which has, I've been able to see it. I'm not allowed to show it to you until September. But I have seen it, and there are Christmas / holiday options in that online exclusive that goes live in September. And another new actual catalog starts in September as well, and that runs through the end of December. So there are quite a few Christmas options in there. Plus there's fall options if you're a Halloween person, whatever, but we're talking about Christmas. So although I can't show them to you today, if you jump online or come to that first planning session in September, I will have catalogs available. Let me show you another something. Let's see, where was I going here? There are, as far as easy options, I'm going to go back to this same Calm and Bright here because I have a couple more photos. So this is one of the stamp sets that's actually in the July online exclusives. So you can get on and look at this one today and potentially order it if you want. This one, so when I look at stuff like this, I look at this being a sketch. This card that they have here is a sketch. And so I try to help you narrow it down so it makes it easy for you. So when I look at this, I see you buying some cardstock, which unless you buy a kit, you will end up with cardstock anyway. And then I see you buying a pack of designer series paper, and it doesn't have to be square because I would recommend that this card that you send isn't square because square cards require more postage. So I would recommend us modifying this just a little bit so that you've got some ribbon here, you've got some DSP, you've got some cardstock. This, you can buy just the stamp set. You can do some fussy cutting. You don't have to buy the whole everything. Let me move on. I have another one. This is another bundle that's available right now. If you're a quilter, I know the quilters in our stamping community that quilt and stamp, they're loving this set. So here's just another example. And then I think I have, oh yeah, this is the designer series paper that you just saw with that, what's it called? The stitched stocking one, whatever. I just blew by that one. But anyway, so you know, if even if you're not like some of this to me is really busy. But look at the back sides. So if you look at this where that says new right here, thank you, it is cute. And if you're a quilter, this is super, super quilt because look at this quilting pattern right here over here. Anyway, so the back side of this quilted pattern here is this darker bluish color. It's probably soft secret sea, I'm sorry. And so that's the reverse side of this. So I try to help you when you come for a planning. I try to help you see the different options and throw some other ideas at you to make it a little more simple because the more complex your card is, the longer it's going to take for you to actually get them finished. Um, so once we do our planning, then in session 2 through 4, we start cutting everything. I have 2 decent size cutters that can cut more than, well, 2 different ones. So they cut more than 1 sheet of paper at a time, which is helpful. So you're welcome to use those when you come. Otherwise, you know, if you are virtual and you have a cutter, you're only cutting your own stuff, you have plenty of time. We can work this out. I'm sure we can. Let's see. What else did I want to just messed up my screen by trying to click on something here. And now I can't see what I'm trying to say. Darn it. I hate when that happens. There are also, and I looked through the publication that's coming out, the catalog publication that's coming out in September, also has some quick and easy like ephemera packs. So if you that would be kind of like the little truck one that you could do yourself, or so you could buy like a set of cards and envelopes and you get 10 cards and envelopes in a set, and then you can buy like an ephemera pack, which includes maybe like all different kinds of Christmas designs. Then your cards are not all going to look the same as they go out, but maybe that's what you like for everyone to be a little bit different. And then maybe some greetings, whether you stamp and cut your own greetings or whether you buy an ephemera pack that has only greetings in it. There are options. So simple, simple options. And it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. So I guess I've been on here quite a while now, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. But I am hoping for feedback from you. Again, use the Google Sheet that in the first comment there. Well, it might be the second comment now. But then I'm going to try to have like a whole registration form where you're actually committing to coming to these 4 sessions. I'm going to try to have that available by that second week in August. So I'm hoping to hear from you, and I'm hoping that this is something that you want to do because just again, remember how special it feels when somebody takes the time to hand make you a card. Okay, I'm good. I think that's it. Okay, I hope to see you soon. Bye.